and we are back from vacation and ready to go and see whether we can beat Avacyn in the last chapter of the Shadows over Innistrad single player quest first, and then continue into the Eldritch Moon once and go on from there for some time. So welcome again, and starting at least moderately on time. Once again we'll try and see how it goes with the MtG game. Somebody already asked whether they any more keep the multiplayer servers up at all. Was surprised that the game actually had working multiplayer until now. Do think it might have been closed now, as there was the comment on video of playing this recently for this one that they thought that the multiplayer only now gets stuck on matchmaking. Was more astounded that it would still have multiplayer considering how long ago the game was discontinued. So hello there, Andalar, welcome to the stream, great to see you, it has been a while. So let's move on to the game proper. There we go. Always nice to see you. Thank you. And we are still in Shadows over Innistrad, so, and in the last chapter with like Avacyn looking a bit different than here or something. Let's see. Avacyn's madness envelops Chase and Tamia, and the two are helpless under her shroud. The Archangel raises her spear, but the sudden whatever, probably noise of shattering glass turns their attention upward to Sorin Markov's arrival. Finally, Mr. Markov also bothers to turn up. The vampire planeswalker casts his gaze in quiet fury to his beloved creation and guardian, the Archangel Avacyn. Yeah, and we still get the text like not quite in the screen. Unsure if this is due to font metrics or that this assumes some kind of widescreen. There we go, now we apparently play Mr. Markov, yes. So we should have a different deck. Alright, black and white. And we have like one land, so most probably we should draw new 7 cards. Again we have one land. Really? Again. Alright, we have two tap lands and some fast-ish creatures, because we would next have only 5 cards. So let's try with this. Alright. And then they already get to draw a card. Alright, also 5 lives, so it's kind of much more functional when they do have an angel. Right, we get swamp out, so we get a bit more pace this way. And now we already have a creature out, which is actually somewhat nice because it has both lifelink and you can sacrifice creatures with 2 to put +1/+1 counters on each vampire we control. So this should to a degree give us some synergy once we get more vampires out. Right, they immediately cracked it to draw a card, so they must have some problems, as otherwise it would be quite easy to make use of. Right, we get a free attack, so we of course ping for 1. Alright. keep going. Would expect something to drop, yes. 4 or more card types. Right, no delirium for now, sure, but 3/2, so it's already pretty strong. Right, more land, quicker land. And quite expensive cards. Cry 2, draw 2 cards. Lose 2 life, alright, that does at least provide options. Alright, we can also play Mortify. Kind of do not like that, so we can only activate that for our own creatures, of course. Might be useful to get rid of that. They will have bigger things though, so we could still keep that, maybe Cry 2 for options. We would prefer to get the Vampire Nighthawk, certainly. So, in that respect, and also more land would be nice, so let's keep both on top of the library. No attack. I think them true, at least this time. So no blocks. Alright. Runaway carriage. Alright, it's like usable only once though, because it's literally what it is. It has trample, so it's kind of an issue already. 5 damage once. Land. Alright. Vampire Nighthawk is already pretty nice. Flying, lifelink, death touch. So it gives us more options. Not much to do here. We could mortify the runaway carriage, but it's anyway single time. They are still keeping it unused, so alright. This is already kind of more of a threat. The flyer has also thought. Would probably rather mortify that. And see, it's kind of still an issue that they have the runaway carriage. Of course can't block flyers, so lifelink helps us here a bit as we start getting a couple of life back when we can attack with the flyer. Still not attacking with the runaway carriage. Right. Again, delirium, but not very powerful itself because it's only 2/5 defender. Right. can be transformed for 6, most probably. More problematic transform somehow do think. Yeah, flying 4/2, so certainly the transform form is kind of more annoying. Flying 4/4 starts to be already more classical. The Sengir Vampire, so let's play that. We can still kind of go around the flyer. That also limits the attackers if we have more blockers. Alright, and another angel. It's kind of more land, and we can play more creatures. Now we can attack with the 4/4, as they have only 3/3 flyers, so they have to choose their priorities. Alright. Alright, and probably exiling the 4/4 flyer, yes. Oh well. Still didn't attack with the runaway carriage. Would still take 8 damage, so let's block that. Alright, it's our target non-land permanent, kind of expensive. Especially as they have that many creatures already, so not very probable we'll get further than that in that respect. Might restart this. Doing pretty well. Was a ski vacation with other first last week and continuing streaming again. Had 1 week of vacation also from streaming, so mostly well, would say. Started work again today, so that was of course a bit tiring, but otherwise nothing too serious. What about yourself? Andalar. So might restart this, as it seems this is not going to be a winning one. New tribe. If we got off a bit better, as was kind of. Alright, now we at least have three lands and pretty low cost creatures and spells. So let's keep this and see where we get. Basically first, so we get everything better as some of the lands count on if you have basic land or not. And then, alright, more basic land because it's easier. First creature. And more land. More creatures. So we now have only not a bad creature either. As 3/1 and lifelink, so alright. Could immediately play that, but it's kind of. We should have possibly more vampires out, but let's see, we can anyway attack here already. Alright, at least they wasted the spell there. Considering it wasn't exactly the strongest creature. Alright, flying haste. The source would deal damage to you, it deals double damage instead. Alright, that's why it's so cheap to get out, because it has a drawback in terms of damage dealt. The main issue here is that it anyway takes 4 on 5 damage to get rid of that thing, so it's kind of, and it flies, so that's worryingly strong already. Let's just use Mortify on that, so we at least don't have to take the 4 damage more than absolutely necessary. And then play at least next turn the near his chaplain, if not anything else. Right. Again, attack with the 1/1, but it has lifelink, so we are again even life-wise. Lifelink is pretty helpful in that respect. Descend upon the sinful. Right, exile all creatures. No delirium, but everything went away. Oh well, that was not nice because they had nothing to exile. Exile all creatures, they have nothing on the table. Yes, please. More land and read the bones. More options would be welcome, so let's read the bones. Right, survive the night. Kind of, we have no creatures. Croxfall cavalry, that would be pretty nice, so let's take that and additionally we got the land, so not the best thing ever, but the other card was not very meaningful when we are short of creatures. It's only enchantment for creatures. Then play that 4/4 flying. Whenever another spirit controls enters under your control, gain 2 life. Not bad, so it's actually pretty nice, especially when the other has no creatures out yet. Would expect them to have soon. Yes, Angel of Deliverance. Not quite delirium, but it's 6/6 flyer, so right, more land out and anguished unmaking. Let's exile that. No Angel of Deliverance, please. Half blade. Alright. Wouldn't have mattered as the creature was exiled, so we get to go out with our 4/4. So more even again. Right. Inner struggle. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. Thank you. Ouch. Alright, and did we draw a creature? No. Death Grasp. Alright, X. Not too bad. We can anyway attack with that. Let's keep that for now, as we can also use some creature necessary. Right, nice. That would require us to discard a card, so not currently going for that. Still saving this for creature, as we do not have quite 13 for X, so that we would win, so rather swinging at them and waiting if we can use the Death Grasp on a creature. Next they get something out. Alright. Then we get Avacyn's Judgment and again damage player and the creature, at least the 3/3 stays, so Right, we have X would be now black, white, and X, so 4 remain here, 1 here, and 3 here, so 5, 8, alright, 8 plus 3, so actually we should shoot this at 8. And then attack with the 3/3, we should win. Or not. Apparently. Counted wrong, so they get 1 turn, but now it depends on what they can get out. And it has to fly. They got nothing out, so they lost. Good. Yep, there we go. So we won the final part of Shadows over Innistrad. Very nice. Many years after creating Avacyn to maintain the balance between humans and the supernatural, Sorin is forced to unmake his corrupt guardian. Fought with a painful regret, he looks away as he dissipates his progeny into an ashen cloud. With Avacyn's destruction, the last of Sorin's magical protections for an over Innistrad is broken. Yeah, and then we enter the next chapter, so story mode and Eldritch Moon. We have this far played through the 3 here then, so Eldritch Moon next. And most probably we again have Eldrazi or something here with things looking like this, so let's go for the first chapter here then. The scholar Tamio has followed a trail of strange tales, ultimately discovering a ring of twisted stones beneath a churning sky. The ring fractured in places. Someone or something huge has recently passed through here. Behind her, she senses movements of dark, humanoid shapes rising from the sea's water. Alright. Drownyard cultists. Alright, so cultists doesn't sound very promising. 1 land. No thank you. New cards, please. 3 glacial fortress. Alright, this is playable. Planes out first, so we get glacial fortress without tapping and get to drop the 2-drop white. Alright, that's just a land. Alright, it just exiles a creature. Alright. Tap target non-human creature. Sometimes useful. Not much else. Right, Field Creeper. 2-1, nothing else. More land. Kind of concerning. This would be nice, but we still need more land out, so let's wait, and if they attack, maybe block with that. We can actually also tap with this, so they won't attack as long as we keep that in tap. Actually should have tapped after, otherwise good idea. Should have tapped after our end step, but it is what it is. Sometimes didn't think quite enough. Oh well. Grizzled Angler. Alright, so transforms after colorless creature card ends up in graveyard. And even more land. Alright, now we get to play more creatures. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, tap target creature and opponent controls. Alright, pretty strong tap team here. Not attacking for now. That should at least limit their interest in attacking. Right. Ah yeah, Chittering Host. Do remember that from long ago. Another Field Creeper. And even more land. Still not attacking. Kind of drawn all too much land. Nature Horror, alright, for 2, so more cards, and let's exile the 4-2. Let's attack with the 4-4 as we can tap one creature and reduce their potential a bit, otherwise I need to draw more spells to have only more land. Alright. We can at least get rid of some of these things as we hope to get more creatures, so let's block a couple. There we go. Another Nature horror. Alright. Borderland Ranger, so we get the basic land out to kind of late for green ramp. The flyer could take again. They have also more attackers, but at least the 40 can be dropped also with that, so going to keep attacking. Right, that transformed. Grizzly anglerfish. Yeah. More effective than grizzly angler. Alright, pretty big attacker. Let's anyway get rid of the field creeper rather, so we have one less opponent. And more field creepers. And more land. If we got even a few more creatures at a time, we wouldn't be in trouble, but now it starts to be more or less a problem. I do not think Andalar have referred to you since talked about how I was doing and asked how you were doing, but that was a while ago. And hello there, Falamon. Good to see you. Good to see also you joining again. Good to hear. You are well also. Hello there, Falamon. Good to see you. Always nice to have more joining. And Briareos also. Welcome to the stream. It has been a while, so great to see you. The game is going, not really with these cards. With these cards would say that not probably drawn too much land already to win, but we are going to try again. No problem at all. It's great that you were able to join this time. It is indeed that the schedules might not always line up. Do try to keep the schedule at least, mostly so. But it's great to see you. See you also here. Welcome all, and let's keep going and try. It's kind of, we are not probably going to win certain deaths. Yep. And controller loses 2 life. Great. That's not the best effect ever. So we most probably are not going to win, because we kept drawing like much more land. You try, please. We did win the final battle of the previous expansion, previously this stream, but here we drew all too much land to start with, and again we have like a hand that has 4 land, alright, and kind of would like more balanced. 4 land. Some creatures works better than drawing 6 cards, so first we will have as blue, so island should be first. Our 2-drop is blue in any case. Terry Bobble, right, would say at least too much land. Oh well, you try. Of course, a lot in this game depends how your cards happen to get shuffled, so not always so easy. The next one we can drop will have 5 white, so let's put planes out, and now we get the first creature out. Tattered Haunter, flying, can block only creatures with flying. Kind of specific, but not a problem yet. As opponent has nothing out. Right, Graph Rats. Just need to keep them in check in the sense that they do not melt with the other part that becomes the Chittering Horde. More land out. Alright, wild size. +2/+2 and trample. Works as we can now attack with the Tattered Haunter. They couldn't block anyway the Graph Rats, so let's put a bit more powerful attack in to start with. Field Creeper as 4. Alright, we can play this without penalty. Now we can play more interesting creatures. Alright, Timberland Guide, so would put +1/+1 counter out also. That's of course nice, then we get immediate 3 powered flying attack out, so let's do it that way. Could also remove something, but no need really yet, as they have only 2/2/1s. Alright, down to 13, so we are leading at least a bit. Alright, attacking with both. Going to get rid of the Graph Rats, so they can't create the Chittering Horde as probably as it's in the graveyard. Crack under. Alright, that's not like too bad because it returns that to hand. More land. Let's get the Nibilis of Frost out for nice 3/3 flyer. The Grizzled Angler again, that then turns into the big fish. Bone Splinters, destroy target creature, right? that didn't last long. At least they are also using potential up that way. And let's get the Tattered Haunter out again. And the Sanctifier of Souls, so we have more things on the field. Should be able to then utilize Wild Size later next turn for more effect. Field Creeper again. And again. Even more land. Certainly going to again get damage in with the flyer. And what did this do? Nice. Slayer's Blade. Equip 3 though, so we should play it out to start the process. Attack 4 again, so we are pretty far ahead by now. Especially as we can put Slayer's Blade onto the flyer, so flies also with armor. Right, the fish transformed. Abundant Maw. That sounds like boss or moss. Emerge. When you cast Abundant Maw, target opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Ouch. At least they do not get to raid with that yet. Not really willing to block yet. And another Abundant Maw. Really. Going to exile the Abundant Maw at least. Really pleased with the Abundant. Then we have Evolving Wilds. Now we can attach these. There we go. Search for basic with the Evolving Wilds. Let's stack with the other and see if they block. Nope. That helps a bit. Alright. Black tap, discard a card. Each player loses 2 life. Not yet, at least. And again, proving very easy. Ah yeah, deleted. Yeah, it's kind of a losing fight to ban them as they change names all the time, so it's more like delete the messages on site, as there isn't that much else to be done about that. You can try to filter the words, but they come up with different methods to get around that also quite often. So we try again with Tamio, unfortunately not very lucky yet. So another game please. At least let's try at least one more time tonight, then see about whether we succeed or possibly go to sleep and raid someone next. But let's try at least one more or a couple of more, depending how fast this goes. Again, one land, not really safe, except push the wrong button, so we start with one land. Will be interesting. Let's see. Not really worried in that sense. So we'll see. If we draw more land, might be a quick one if we get stuck at 7 cards and no land. Yes. One more turn, and unless we draw land, then it's a quick restart, as we are too far behind. Nope. No land, so restart please. Kind of risky to start with one land, as you can get stuck much too long and keep just discarding cards as you wait to get more land to actually cast them. So you can have only 7 in hand, so it's more or less an issue. When you start not being able to play anything, you are discarding cards for nothing. 2 lands, Evolving Wilds, 3-drop creatures. Alright. Spectral reserves, at least not hyperspectral. 1/1. Let's try with this. We can get up to 3 ourselves. Alright, craft rats again. Now we also have 2-drop creatures, so, or at least it was also 3, but that's a basic land, so we are not that far behind. Creeper, alright. More land. And we take island, as we are still missing blue. That will come out next turn, so we are at least a bit better off. We can get rid of the craft rats so that they don't become the chittering horde, so let's do that. Fair enough. Met her horror already. target at least. Are flyers and do 2 damage, so they can also get the horror. Let's get rid of that. And even more land. We could also cast this, but it's also useful, so let's go for that. Next, maybe we get sufficient creatures. Being behind, alright, and certain deaths doesn't help. More land, and now we can cast the bigger blue flyer. Should make them a bit less interested in attacking again. We are already of course 12 health behind, but that doesn't necessarily matter. We'll see. Right, it seems we have pretty good viewership with a couple of new viewers, at least according to the count. So let's give a wave also. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you enjoy some slightly less successful MtG currently, kind of trying to get further here as far as it goes. So let's see then. Double evolving wilds already, so it's worth playing and cracking the evolving wilds. Take another blue. Let's cast more blue flyers for now. And the ranger, so we have more blockers. Certainly we take basic land. Now we can even attack with the 3/3 flyers, so we are starting to claw back at least a bit as we have enough blockers, so that should slightly lower their interest in attacking. Let's block this time, we can get rid of both. Good. Single card left, certain death. Thank you. So that didn't last long, like creature advantage. And more land, so it's kind of... Let's cast the 2 spirits. Wow. such creature. Alright. You can attack with fans, spirits. Better than nothing, but cast Evolving Wilds, crack it. +1/+1 to a spirit token. Wow. Alright, Critchlet Angler again. More creatures, nothing else. So we have blockers in place, so we can attack at least once we know if they did nothing. More land, that's not doing much for us. This can tap, so we can actually tap the potential blocker. Discards creature type. It's a human, has to transform before we can do anything about it. But the flyers are certainly going in. At least a bit of progress with them down to 16. Let's block, at least take less damage. We can't afford too much by now. More land. Whatever that was. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. Alright, that makes it pretty clear. Then we do. Let's see what happens. Destroy all attacking creatures. No, kind of confused why they paid for that. At least they are now tapped, so can't block and or tap that, but alright, and again forced to attack, so now it matters a lot what we draw on the last turns. We can take only one attack more from that, and we can't tap as long as this attacks and stays tapped. We can't force that to tap. Alright, another creature. Much we can do at this rate. They are down to 8, yes, but Let's see what happens. Everything attacks, which is not enough, but we have one blocker. But one blocker is not enough to survive the turn. Interesting bug. You can force the attack to not go. Ah, you can change the set of attackers, but it says abilities preventing you from declaring this set of attackers. Interesting solution. Alright, that ends us. Let's try one more tonight and then see who we will raid. Yeah, that wasn't very lucky. And one more try tonight. This hasn't been very lucky yet. It's kind of, sometimes we have gotten much too much land. Like this. We do have good enough cards that let's try. If we keep drawing more and more land, then we are again kind of dead in the water. But otherwise this is looking alright-ish hand to go on. Play one land. Graph rats again before we even get anything out. And again the lose your life thing. And even more creatures. Even the same creatures. Most probably not going to attack. Alright, we can't get rid of that with those creatures, so better save them for a while. And then already Nether Horror. Timbaland Guide we could also play. Sanctifier of Souls. Alright, 2 to 3. Otetaan. Let's take that and see. Right. Kind of not going that strong still. Again, the grizzled angler. Dungeon Geist, alright. Alright, and we could attack, but nothing flies, and they have bigger creatures. Stop, so let's wait and see. More creatures. And no attack. Another grizzled angler. And the abundant maw, which is quite unpleasant. Let's play Dungeon Geists and tap Abundant Maw with that, so less maw against us. And we get more. Certainly the flyer capable of attack currently gets the +1/+1 counter. Terry also got bonus, so let's attack with that and see if they throw against it. Certain deaths again, so losing something, of course. Alright, good night, Priareas. Thanks for joining and hope to see you next time indeed. Thank you for joining us and sleep well. And we are also going to raid someone once we lose this, because this isn't looking like a winning game still. Even double Borderland Rangers. but they are also creatures, so that of course helps us. And more land. Could tap these with the ability, but not really needed. Attack with the flyer. Alright. This didn't have trample, so let's block with that, so it should take enough damage. There we go. Alright, another supplicant. At least we can attack with the flyer. Slowly getting a bit further also points wise, as we are again now even. Just would need more spells to go further also. Let's block the big fish so we save a bit health wise. Let's get rid of the fish also. Journey to nowhere. Alright, playing top deck, so we can't even. We can tap target. Very useful at this point, so. Alright, use the ability to force his attack apparently. But we are not in so much danger, so we can attack anyway. As they are now down to 7, so as long as we can get something more out and survive, it's no problem. Alright, another journey to nowhere certainly allows us to get a bit more through. There we go, so we can now attack with both and keep ahead quite easily, even unless they get like extra damage, we will actually win. Like, yep, we will win unless they can boost that a lot. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good actually for finishing the night with a win. So let's of course first do the Evolving Wilds. Then we just attack with both and have won the first fight in this quest. Also took a few tries, but now have had enough luck with Castless. Overall feel of the opponent that could do them in. So let's see the next chapter description and then see who we can raid. The light of Tamiya's lantern reveals the fallen forms of the Crownyard cultists. Their distorted faces are nothing more than palms of tentacles. Their limbs were distended. What force has brought these grotesque changes? Looking up, the pale moonlight illuminates the distant hulking silhouette of the Eldrazi Titan Emrakul as she drifts over Innistrad surprised Eldrazi again. So next we encounter something like a bit more odd looking canine apparently. So for next time, and let's see who we can raid, having done the almost the usual 1.5 hours. So let's see who is on. And of course going to switch back and thank everyone for joining tonight for some more Magic Duels, slowly making it through the single player quests and again continued streaming, so it was nice to have some good viewership. So thank you, and let's see who we can raid. Alright, seems Rail is playing VR chat. Yuna is playing God of War. It seems also Angelo is still playing. Let's see if they actually are. Yeah, they indeed are kind of bullet hell style shooter, so let's give them a raid. They just also redeemed their challenge stream more than once a month, so they should be doing a bit more, so they deserve the... alright, Arcanoid Addict. Of course, you can also redeem Guide the Raid if possible, but of course we are happy to return the favor. So let's raid him. He's also on do think. Yes, let's go for that then. Thank you for the suggestion. Always of course take requests, even if it's not through the redeemable, which of course guarantees, but it's always also requests are welcome. There we go. Yes, so thank you for joining and see you tomorrow with a different game, and good night.